So
Yeah, Debo sucks,
speaking of wide receivers, top 10 fantasy wide receivers dropped. Talk to me.
Rack, don't do it. Rack, you know what's about to happen, Rack. You know what's going to happen.
Puka at 4 is kind of crazy.
What? You are a Puka guy.
That's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but it just tells you how deep.
That's a fine list.
It tells you how deep. It just tells you how deep the room is for wide receivers, bro. Like
I'd probably
CD's at 6.
Thomas.
CD and Nico.
I'd probably take Brian Thomas and throw him down. I would switch Brian Thomas and St. Brown, and I would put St. Brown at 3, and I would put Brian Thomas at 7, and I would keep everything else the same. And I might move CD to 4 and Puka to 6. And
exactly. So look. We're going based off last year. So let's
top
go based
2's locked in for sure for me. I don't know who Brian Thomas is.
But I think Justin Jefferson is gonna have a slow year.
Why?
So
I don't think so. He can't.
I don't know.
He's too good, bro.
He is too good, but it's not just about him, bro. So I don't know what the.
So what?
I don't know
you
what
think
what?
Because you don't have Sam Darnold throwing him the ball anymore? It's Sam Darnold, bro.
Sam Darnold is crazy. Sam Darnold's trade is crazy.
Yo, G and Rec, y'all know what I'm doing with the first pick, right?
Who? Say it now. Say it now. Just say it now. Just say it out loud. Say it on the pod. Say it on the pod. Say it on the pod, please.
Just make sure y'all motherfuckers know.
Yo, it doesn't matter if we know or not. Cause guess what? We can't take them if you.
Yeah, we can't do anything about it.
Like, just say it, bro. You know.
So Jules, y'all don't want to trade me for my first pick?
Yo, Jules, let me ask you this right now: who's number 1 pick in football?
Who's gonna be the number 1? Who's gonna be my number 1 pick?
Bro, just yes.
Chase.
Okay. What was the point of all that?
You made it seem like you were gonna do something like left field.
Oh, I'm gonna pick the best player in the league. I'm
gonna pick the best wide receiver.
All right,
in fantasy.
Fantasy quarterbacks. I like this.
PPR
I always like talking about fantasy quarterbacks because everyone has a different thought process.
So
He wasted 10 minutes.
Like 2.5 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. Bro.
So fantasy quarterbacks is always interesting to me because everyone has a different.
This is a bad list.
It's the same. Everyone has a different perspective of fantasy quarterback. So first, let's start off with what's your perspective of fantasy?
JJ McCarthy is number 10.
McCarthy.
So they basing it solely off of Justin Jefferson.
That's they are. But that's not a bad thing either, though, because you gotta see number 10 is not lit. Number 10 is not lit.
Number 9,
you need
bro.
Top 5.
Look at number 9.
You need.
So start the conversation. I want to start with what is everyone's thoughts on fantasy quarterbacks? No, not people. Like the thought process of when you go into a draft and you're thinking about quarterbacks, because quarterbacks are like. You get them, 5th, 6th. Sometimes
you thinking points, nigga.
Yeah, I'm saying, but when do you think strategy wise? What is your thought? Every person here, what's your thought process? No, but I'm saying, but when are you looking to get a quarterback?
I'm not divulging that information in here.
Sheesh,
you just have to know. You just have to know the value. And you have to have your strategy down pat. You got to do mocks. You got to know what you want to do. So if you want one of those top tier quarterbacks, you have to base your entire draft around that. So if you know you want Josh, or Jaden, you got to know that you're picking them in the 2nd or 3rd round. If you're good with a lower quarterback, it's all about strategy, bro.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. To help the person that's getting into fantasy, what is
they're all going early.
Okay,
you can ask us our strategy though. That's nasty.
No, I think because we're a platform and we're trying to help people. You know what I'm saying? So it's we're trying to give them the game. I think quarterbacks is something that a lot of people, like Rex saying, don't have a strategy of their quarterback situation.
Hey, John.
They either reach too early or they wait too late.
No. But the thing is if someone's waiting too late, it's because they're gonna play the quarterback game, and we all know
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
We're gonna scoop a quarterback based off matchups every week. We'll have one or two maybe, but we're gonna interchange, or we're gonna scoop somebody off off of the shit off of
Yo, Lopes,
you're asking
the wrong person. First off, you're asking G, a person that hasn't won.
Okay, my fault, champ.
So
champ. You right, champ. You right, champ. You champ. You the champ in that league. I'm the champion.
If you want,
talk
you
to
can
us.
talk to Reg. Like, if you know,
so what's up?
4-leaf clover ass niggas.
Go ahead. Jules, go ahead. Yeah. So what's the strategy? What's the real strat?
The nigga beat you twice, right? All right, GG's.
Sheesh.
The strategy
G,
is.
How about GGGG? Like 5 times G.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right now in fantasy drafts, Josh is going first. All right.
Okay. So I think Rod asked a great question. Rec, answer this. Different question. What round are these quarterbacks going?
So Josh is going in the second round
for sure.
Okay.
You have to pick him in the second round. You could maybe Lamar as well, but you could maybe get Lamar in the third, and then that's Lamar and Jaden. Lamar and Jaden are third round if you want those guys, and then it goes into the fourth round. You're not seeing a lot of quarterbacks in the fourth round. The next quarterback might be like Burrow. No bullshit. Like
that's still good,
like
though.
Joe Burrow. So like you're gonna get those first 4 out the way in the first, like in the second and third round, and then Burrow's like the next guy pretty much going.
Okay.
And then you have a little bit of a gap. I don't see any. I haven't done a mock where I've seen a 5th round quarterback. No lie, but that's where the gap goes. Like so, it's like the first four are elite fantasy players, and then Joe Burrow is like borderline. So, but then there's a pretty big gap.
Joe Burrow above Jalen Hurts. That's for sure. Fantasy wise,
that's crazy. What are you
fantasy?
About,
fantasy?
No,
fantasy?
That's not true. G. That's crazy. Why would you put Burrow over Hurts?
If Chase is gonna be the number 1 fantasy option, who the fuck is getting him the ball?
Yeah, but Jalen's rushing stats are gonna make
who
up
the
for anything.
Fuck is getting if y'all think if you think Chase is gonna be the number 1 wide receiver, he's not a running back. Who the fuck is getting him the ball? Who's throwing those deep balls? Who's throwing those?
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead and take Burrow over.
But Hurts' rushing ability and getting those touchdowns. Remember, they didn't stop the tush push this year. The tush push is still in. So that's 7 points.
Jalen Hurts rushing is that's the reason why he's a bet. But that's the reason Burrow's like the true quarterback in the middle of this shit. Where like he has the upside with just the fact that he has the weapons. And then after Burrow,
they don't hear me though.
It's a big drop after Burrow, to be honest. Like the drop from Burrow to Mahomes is actually massive. Yeah, like you were talking about rounds difference, bro. Like, and Patrick Mahomes for a couple of years hasn't been elite, especially quarterback at all, bro. To be honest, like elite in real life, in winning games, yes, but like putting up stats, no, not at all, not even close.
Okay.
So,
all right.
It all depends on your strategy, man.
So,
you got to wrap up 4 big dogs.
Yo. Can I ask a question? Here's my question for the whole thing. Because I got my sleeper on this list, and I think my sleeper is similar to Rex sleeper.
Baker Mayfield.
Sure. Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, I already know that.
Who's gonna do the same thing what he did last
Rex
year?
Gonna grab Baker late.
He's gonna do better, bro.
I already know Rex.
Yo. Who's your sleeper then, Jules? Or even Luke? You watch football.
Mark.
My sleeper's not on this list.
Burrow is Mark. Burrow's going fourth to 5th round. The end of the 4th to the early 5th.
That's good.
And every other quarterback that we're talking about is going 3rd. Nobody's touching past the 3rd. So like the Burrow is definitely a step down from them as far as the analysts this year coming into this year are breaking it down. Like everybody else, if you want one of those first 4, you got to pick them in the 4th. And if you have Burrow, you're looking at end. I'm talking about the 3rd. My fault. You got to pick one of those dudes in the 3rd. And if you want Burrow, that's 4th to 5th, bro. 4th to early 5th. So it's not just me. It's everybody, bro. It's everybody. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. I'm not hating on Burrow. I like Burrow as a quarterback, bro.
Don't ever pull nothing out of your ass.
I'd be happy with Burrow as my quarterback.
So wrap up the fantasy thing. Is there any strategies or like key things that someone should know about going into fantasy draft or like tips or tricks?
Do your fucking homework.
Hold on, real quick, Rec. Let me go real quick, Rec. Before y'all go and get any type of quarterback, running back, wide receiver, look on what happened in the offseason, whether it's with the offensive coordinator, coaches. Go look on what's going on the sidelines with these people. What kind of plays these coaches is running. What the offensive coordinator likes to do. Like what's going on on the sidelines.
Do you think that I don't do that already?
I'm not saying you. He asked the question. What are you talking about right now?
Yo, why y'all been beefing all day?
You said Reg G. You just say Reg G.
I said Reg G. Let me go first. That's what I meant. Like, let me go first.
No. You come back, niggas. We got
it. Okay.
Yo,
niggas get a fluke ring and
we're brothers.
Yo,
he get a fluke ring. He get a fluke ring and look at him.
We're brothers. So G, what's your tip?
G,
so what's your tip for the fantasy guys? So you said do your homework. What do you mean by that?
Do your homework, man.
Nah, like
if you don't know how to do homework by now, then I mean, like, yo, here's my fantasy tip. Yo, so here's the tip that I'll give. Pause. And this is based on the basic level of fantasy, because I think a lot of people don't really they ain't really engulfed in fantasy like we are. So I'm gonna say this: if you're in fantasy, if you're a new player, if you're a beginner player, maybe you've been playing for 5 years and you just don't know this, you need to be on Twitter. You need to be following certain accounts. You need to have your notifications on, and you need to always stay in tune, up to date, and on everything. That's my fantasy tip. If you're not on Twitter, if you're not following accounts, if you're not getting alerts about the NFL on a regular basis, then you're fucking up.
So what's the account? Asking for a friend.
And the thing, nah. And the thing is,
I got my point.
No, listen. The type of person that needs this is the type of person that if you find yourself like, yo, damn, how do you know that before me? You're fucking up. All right. You need to get on Twitter. You need to get your sources right. You need to turn your notifications on, and you need to be in tune.
All right, Rick. What's up?
You want to know my tip? My tip is this: if you're doing strategy, right, and you're trying to get a player, and you're hoping that he falls to the round that you're in, and you're like your basis around getting him is hoping that nobody else picks him. Pick him earlier, bro. Go 1 round early. Pick the player. Get the players you want that you believe in. Don't hope that other people don't pick the player and hope that you can get him at the best value. If you have to go around early to get a player you want, get him, because you're not gonna want to sit back and regret and hoping that people didn't pick them.
Those are great tips, and I appreciate you guys. Those are solid tips. Now, for the people that aren't serious, like, do we have a chance?
Yo, look at RJ. Look what RJ just said about.
He said he wanted to play serious.
That shit is hilarious.
Top 5 fantasy football tips go. All right, that's enough of fantasy football. We gonna break down fantasy football every week. From like the previous weeks, we'll give updates for the new weeks, and then we'll give updates as things go. So we'll have a whole fantasy segment. So that was our first fantasy segment there.
Yo, Mark is riding hard for Joe Burrow. Jesus Christ.
God. All right, now moving on to